I need to see something. Whether King's Quest VI, which is a game that I would like to maybe do some quick max speed runs of. I would like to see whether this emulator, which is Basilisk II, a 68K Mac emulator, I would like to see whether this works on Twitch. I have some reasons to believe maybe it doesn't. So we'll see about that. And the reasons are this game, King's Quest VI, came with a stupid crippling bug in the Mac version where it wouldn't play after, I think it was around 1992. It was called a time bomb, and Sierra released a patch. So you can play the game after 1992. It patches it so that you can play it until 2007, which is so dumb because it's now 2019. I mean, granted, they didn't know that people would still be playing it, and in fact, Sierra Online does not exist anymore, so maybe they were right. Anyway, the patch doesn't help, so what you have to do is change your clock back to the 1990s. And the reason you don't want to do that is because it breaks things on modern computers like TLS encryption, which is needed for modern websites that use HTTPS, which is every website these days. So my question is, does this work on Twitch with this emulator? Oh, and sorry, I left out a key detail here. Not only do you have to change your clock, you can't do it with this emulator. You actually have to change your system clock in Windows, and then it will pick up your system time. That's really the issue. There's another emulator, more modern, maybe people have heard of, called QEMU, that will run PowerPC Macs, and it will allow you to set the time in the emulator. I get the impression, based on talking to some people, that it doesn't work as well for emulating this type of game. And there's some sound issues and whatever. Also, I'm really trying to target 68K Macs. I installed Sheep Shaver, which is the PowerPC Mac emulator, and that works and the game works, but it does work better in 68K on System 7, which is the operating system we were using at the time. Anyway, this is probably a quick test. If I have time, I'll go through some more. This is the folder that it installs in. These are the SCI data files, as you see, and the QuickTime. The movie is actually QuickTime, the intro movie, and there's also this Half Dome logo. Those don't work in the emulator. They work in ScumVM. ScumVM has its own issues. Anyway, I have some options. Just wanted to try this one. So let me do this quickly. And actually, I can show you what happens here before possibly my stream crashes because I changed the time. So what happens is it hangs right here. This entire work is, and when it tries to read from the disk, it doesn't know what the work is without reading from the disk. It's copyrighted. But so now we're going to change the time. And I think what might happen is, probably should have brought this up beforehand. Sorry about that. I think what might happen is it's going to work. The stream is going to continue to work for a brief time, and then it's going to try and re-authenticate at some point. So what you do is in Windows 10 anyway, you right-click on the time in the system tray, and you uncheck Set Time Automatically. I probably could have shared this too. And you go to Change Date and Time, and I'm going to change it back to 1991. So go ahead and change, and then I'm going to leave this up. And then you can see it automatically starts to read this. So that Half Dome QuickTime, which is the Sierra logo that you might have seen from the Windows version, if anyone still plays the Windows version these days. I never see that, for what it's worth. If anyone still plays that Half Dome ABI file in Windows used to play at the start of the game. So it's supposed to play here, it doesn't. The opening also doesn't really play here, it crashes in the emulator. It plays on ScumVM, but it has some of its own issues. Anyway, we're going to try and start the game, see how far we can get. This is going to be like, when I do get this working, a sort of fast casual, sort of casual, but I'll do the speedrun route, and I'm going to try and do it basically quick, because I do want to test out basically how the game works and test out the functionality. If this is a real speedrun, I would have lost by now. But, oh, one of the fun things, so I guess it's the speedrun kind of a tour too. These menus are up for the whole game, and you see these are shortcut keys with commands. So you can go to these anytime in the game. You can go to the control panel, which is, set the speed or whatever. You can go to inventory whenever you want, which is great. So if I remap keys for this game, I can go to inventory with like, a key press and then, well, I could still, hit the escape key, but that's far away. So anyway, that could be potentially fast. Oh, nothing, obviously. Yeah, so it could be, this could actually work decently well for a speedrun. I was going to watch this, make sure I know when this ends. Seems like it's still going, so that's good. All right, so I'm not timing it anyway, but let's try and go through this quick. Oh, we're also going to find some sound issues. The points chime is going to be super annoying, but we're going to be okay with that. I also have never speedrun this game. I've watched a few of them at this point, so I have an idea how it works, but I've never actually done it. Oh, I should probably actually change the speed. So this is a quick way to change the speed, by the way. Down and hold up. Is this still the way it works? Oh, and by the way, oh, well, that's not worth talking about. But anyway, I have to have the route on the right screen. I haven't memorized it yet. Okay, butt guards, ring guards. Okay, skip scene. That's easy to do. Seems like it's still running. Maybe this will work. I don't expect I'm going to get very far. This is a quick test. My Chinese food is coming. My wife's coming home soon, so just wanted to see whether this actually works. And this is positive. I figured it would be done in a minute or so. Yeah, the music's interesting in this, and it doesn't sound that great in this emulator. It sounds better in ScumVM, but it's inaccurate. It's missing notes and there's hanging notes, which really bugs me actually. So we'll see. We'll see if they can fix that too. Developers have been very receptive, and they've actually fixed one bug that I found too, which I'm happy about. What's next? Think several moves ahead. Skip scene walk south. Go to the town. Ali. Oh, sorry. I thought I was doing that. Wasn't looking at the screen. Yeah, doing this thing on a different screen is not necessarily great. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, that actually works. And then what? Hand here. And then I think you talk to Ali, right? I should use that way. Talk Ali. Fairy, right? Yeah, I'm like a little bit. I did the 90% route when I tested this emulator in ScumVM, so. An idea about how the route works. I always have a problem with this. Well, that's my Chinese food. I'm gonna stop this for the moment.